Customer's looking to get an estimate to have his retaining walls along the driveway replaced. So we have got, it's hard to see here, but we've got basically for all intents and purposes, a two-tier retaining wall system that kind of steps down along with the grade, but it's a kind of an interesting way to step down. So right now it's made out of this 4-inch block, and we're going to use 6-inch block. And I took a picture of what he liked. It was like this brown, oak brown or something like that, and it was out of and it's got a rounded edge, so it's not a straight face, it's a rounded edge, and it will have caps on it. Herman's is where they got the information from, so I'll take a peek at that and see what it is and what the pricing is on it. So I'm going to see if I can find a comparable one in our Versalock, because I like the pins better, but we'll see. All right, so a couple of housekeeping items. This is on pavers, so I'm going to put a little extra in here for putting down some plywood. I'm guessing we're probably going to want, I don't know, 40 pieces of plywood, and we're just about into September, and plywood, I just looked at the price. Plywood has dropped significantly, so we can get 4x8 OSB 7/16 inch for $15 a piece. So do the math on that, and that's how much extra I'm going to put in for plywood to protect this. So we'll keep that as a heads up. So, all right, so I'm going to show you what's going on here, and then I'm going to give some measurements along the way. So as you can see, this is a two-tier system. So we've got the first wall right here, and we've got the back wall that comes along. So it's two-tier, and then after about 10-ish feet, you'll notice that it splits off, and the height of this is now the height of the back wall here, and the front wall is now this, and the back wall is the one that's doing the stepping down. And you can see how this new second wall comes around and it curves back in here, and that becomes the height of the back wall. And you can see, because the grade changes that's above it, it's going downhill for the bulk of it. So I'm going to we are going to need to raise it up a little higher than what it currently is. This part of the wall right here is adequate, but this part steps down too far, so we may need to run some of these a little bit different. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the whole of the wall and get the tall dimension to the short dimension down there, and then we'll divide it, and we'll be able to build it kind of to our own. So let me get some dimensions here, and we'll go from there. All right, so we've got 4 feet tall is the front wall right here, and that's a total of 11 feet from right here around to where it starts to break away. So 11 feet to there at 4 feet, and the back wall is 2 courses tall, so we're going to call that 8 feet. So we'll say that that's 10 feet because it doesn't have the curve, so we'll call it 10 feet at 8 inches tall. All right, and then we go to this wall right here, which continues along and it pulls away. So we've got 2 tiers, and I'll get that measurement. All right, so the front wall, we've got 10 feet to where it starts to break away, 10 feet at 3 feet tall, and the back wall is 2 feet tall. And actually, so that's what I'm bidding it at. It's actually a little less than 2 feet and a little less than 3 feet, but for bidding purposes, these are the numbers that I'm going with. So 10 feet, and then just for my bidding purposes as well, I have to add 3 feet for each return that the back wall is. So add 3 feet for this one at 2 feet. So this is 3 feet at 2 feet. This one is 3 feet at, looks like 18 inches, but I'll get that measurement. All right, once again, that's 10 feet, and this is 2 feet tall, and the back wall is going to be 18 inches, and it steps down, right, 10, 18 inches. All right, and then so that return right there is 18 inches or approximately 18 inches for 3 feet. All right, the next section. All right, finally we have 21 linear feet here. That curves around 21 at, we'll call it 14 inches. And the back wall is, we'll call that 10-ish feet at, we'll call it 14 inches as well, but it's gonna be 14 inches and it steps down. It's really hard to see in this video, but yeah, so I mean, if it helps, it looks like every section is 10 feet. So this is 10 feet, this is 10 feet, this is about 10 feet, and then it's about 20 feet, something along those lines. So just to kind of give you a gauge on what's going on here. Yeah. We are like 8-ish inches off the driveway, and we're going to keep it that way. So we're going to stay off the driveway, and we're going to curve around into this wall over here as well. Obviously, we need to put in drain tile, and we will have caps on this. Yeah, I think that's it.